Coverage you can count on begins with millions of Americans focusing on being healthier in the new year. One local man is thankful for his health after undergoing brain surgery, and he's hopeful for the future. News Channel 6's Ashley Osborne joins us now live from the newsroom with his story.
Hey Jenny, 6 weeks ago, Dr. Stuart Thompson had surgery to remove a brain tumor, and now less than 2 months later, he's back at work, thanks to an approach that allows surgeons to access the brain through the nose. Dr. Thompson still has a long road ahead and has a message of hope for those of you like him who will start the new year with a scary diagnosis.
That they were really lucky that we found this when they did.
Dr. Stuart Thompson went in for an MRI because of a family history of a genetic disease. He was not expecting to learn he had a brain tumor.
What kind of was the first thing that went through your head?
A little bit of disbelief. I expected the negative result for the other thing, but it was just completely out of the blue, and then had to go home and kind of break the news to my wife.
A few weeks later, he had surgery to remove the tumor.
Just the idea of anything going on with instruments, right at the margin of my brain was pretty scary. Originally, before I learned that I was a candidate for the endoscopic surgery, I didn't know, and the thought of somebody actually cutting open my skull was pretty terrifying.
Thankfully, Dr. Thompson was a candidate for a less invasive procedure in which his surgeon, Dr. Martin Rutkowski, accessed his brain through his nose.
Classically, we used to approach these types of tumors by actually going through the head. So we'd have to make a large incision where we went through the scalp, removed a large part of the forehead, and basically went underneath the surface of the brain to access these tumors and remove them to the best of our ability. But recently, over about the past 2 decades or so, we've developed the technique of using very tiny cameras that we can insert through the nose and access these tumors through a much more minimally invasive approach.
Dr. Rutkowski says this approach means less risk and downtime for patients like Dr. Thompson.
The recovery is certainly a lot easier as opposed to recovering from a very large incision, a much more invasive approach that involves a longer time in the hospital, a little bit more rehabilitation, and then recovery from the surgery itself. There are obviously also the cosmetic concerns, is not having to make an incision in the head or the face is a much easier and less disfiguring operation.
The day after his brain surgery, Dr. Thompson was already sitting up and making jokes with his wife in the ICU. Now, just weeks later, he's back to normal life.
A lot of people can't believe it. I will email somebody and they're like, "Why are you even emailing me? You just had brain surgery." It's like, well, I'm able to, so why not?
He still has a tough road ahead with chemo, radiation, and a stem cell transplant planned. But Dr. Thompson stays hopeful and encourages others to do the same.
More than anything, I would say be hopeful. Treatments and surgeries and everything are much, much better than they used to be, and I'm looking forward to a long and healthy life from here.
Dr. Thompson is a microbiologist at the Medical College of Georgia. This week, he went back to his research of things like Campylobacter, a bacterial infection that ironically made headlines earlier this month. You can find more stories on Campylobacter on WJBF.com. Jenny.